This is a variation of a recipe I learned a long time ago, and I tend to prepare this on festive occasions, special occasions, birthdays, Christmases, and it's stuffed olives. It's really important that you get pitted olives to make life a little bit easier. These ones have actually been pitted using a machine, so they've got a beautiful big cavity, which means stuffing the olives is going to be really, really great. I find that often if you try and pit the olives yourself, you tend to crack them apart, which doesn't work too well for this recipe. Now, in a previous life, I used to make a farce or a mixture that would go in the olives with pork and pork fat and prosciutto and thyme, parmesan, lots of things, which is beautiful, but it's quite an extensive process to do that. This is a variation or a really quick version of that dish using feta cheese, which I got here at the Prahran market. So you take a little bit of feta, rub it around in your fingers a little bit to lose the original shape that it once had in the block of feta. And we pick up an olive and just pop that straight into there. And use your fingers to really push it into the middle. And just wipe around the outside with your finger and repeat for 100 more olives. Season your flour with salt and a little bit of pepper, and give it a shake around to combine. Crack your eggs into a bowl. And then give them a really good whisk. Add some dried chili and coarsely chopped parsley into the breadcrumbs. And give that a little mix with your hands. Work in batches, taking your olives and popping them into the flour just to give them a light dusting. Pop the olives into the egg wash and just give them a little turn so the entire surface area of the olives covered with the egg wash. And then into the breadcrumbs. Toss the stuffed olives in the breadcrumbs and use your hands to really pat those crumbs so the entire surface area, once again, is covered with those beautiful breadcrumbs. Once you've crumbed all the olives, you're ready to cook. I've got some grapeseed oil here sitting at 170 degrees, which is a really great frying temperature. I can test that that's ready to cook by dropping a couple of those little breadcrumbs into the oil. If that starts to sizzle straight away, the oil is ready to cook. If the crumbs sink to the bottom, it's not ready to cook. Let it heat up a little bit longer. Really carefully lower the olives into the hot oil, just a few at a time, preferably using a slotted spoon so you don't get any splashback. Cook the olives for about a minute, turning them over if need be so they're equally browned on all sides. And once they're beautiful and golden in color, remove them with a slotted spoon out of the oil and pop them on some kitchen paper to remove any excess oil. That is stuffed olives with feta. Really, really easy. And a good tip is you can always actually do the crumbing and everything in advance and freeze these guys if you want to, so that on Christmas Day you're simply frying. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you see me at Prahran Market, come and say hi. Bye. Hot.